We've had quite a few challenges in the silver stacking precious metals coin collecting community recently among some of my other fellow YouTubers. And I came across one a couple of days ago, kind of offered by Silverstruck and the Kansas Kid. I'll leave links to their channels down below if you're not subscribed to them. Really good content, good guys. But this challenge was the Obscure Bullion Challenge. Now, if you've ever followed my channel, you know that I am attracted to the really obscure, rare, interesting stuff. So, I didn't want to spend a ton of time trying to pick out something that would really dazzle everybody. It just so happens that I had shot a video a few days ago, and I had included a piece that I was reminded while I was shooting that video was kind of interesting and obscure. So that's what I'm offering is kind of my offering in the Obscure Bullion Challenge is this interesting little silver bar that you see here. If you are new to the channel, my name is Dub C. I want to thank you for being with me here today. If you are new and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd like to suggest that you go ahead and click on that subscription button, become part of this community. If you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you guys as always for being with me here. I'll try to make this one a little bit shorter than usual. It's just about one piece, but I thought it was kind of cool. I'd like to take a deeper dive into it, so I'm glad you're here to come along with me. I begin my videos with a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to offer financial advice, simply trying to share some of my experience having bought and sold precious metals for the last 30 or 40 years. So let's just jump right into it. What is this interesting little bar here? This is a silver bar from India, and this is probably from the very late 1950s to early 1960s, so somewhere around 60 or 70 years old now. And it's a privately made bar by a private refinery located in India. In fact, this was located in what was then Bombay in India. Now we call it Mumbai. But this company is called Manilal Chimanlal. And they produced silver and gold bullion for the consumers. Now, in the United States of America, we didn't really kind of get a feel for stacking precious metals as consumers until maybe the late 1960s, early 1970s. But this has always been kind of important to Indian culture. They see themselves, I think, their self-identity has a lot to do with precious metals holdings. It's always been kind of part of who they are. We can probably learn a nice lesson from them, don't you think? So this is the kind of thing that would have been popular among those in India who stacked precious metals in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. This bar is an interesting small bar, and it is weighed in tolas, T-O-L-A. Tola is a traditional weight system that has been used in India for a very long time. And it's a little bit difficult for me to wrap my head around. I struggle with it a lot. Tolas are 3/8 of a troy ounce. So a little bit less than half of a troy ounce per tola. And this bar is, obviously that would be a quite small piece. So this is a 5 tola bar made by this company. What's interesting about this is really 3 or 4 different things. The first one is the fact that it's denominated weighed in tolas. I think that's kind of neat. We don't have that here in the United States. The fact that this is a piece that actually has this X32 number, which means it's listed in some catalogs. This is also listed on Numista. Numista has assigned their own number to this type of bar. So we're just kind of adding layers of interest, I think. This is a beautiful design. What you see here is actually called the Gateway of India, and it's actually in Mumbai, overlooking the waterfront there. And this was built originally, the cornerstone laid in 1913, completed in 1924, to commemorate the first visit of a monarch to India, an English monarch. This was built for George V. And it's built of basalt, and it's just kind of a beautiful structure. You're looking at a picture of how it actually looks in real life. An interesting design to put on it, kind of the focal point of this part of Bombay. So I think that a lot of people in Mumbai would still kind of see this as a symbol of their city. What else is neat about this bar? It's thick. This is a chunky little bar. You can just see how fat that is. It's really neat. And the fact that it's in an NGC slab, it had to be extra thick just to fit it in this slab. I think that makes it really cool too. Graded MS61. So it's got a lot of interest going for it. I don't know if you noticed it when I was kind of flashing it in the light there, but there is a really beautiful aqua green tone around the outside of the bar here. Maybe you can see some of that in the glare. I'm sorry about the glare, but you can kind of make it out here. Really pretty. The reverse, this is obviously the Indian subcontinent with these rays coming out of it. This is the Manilal Chimanlal symbol there. It's got the name. It says fine 9990 silver right here. So it's got a lot of characteristics that we would see or we would expect to see on a modern American or Western silver bar too. Just a lot of really interesting things going on there. What else? So you're looking at the Numista listing here, and one of the interesting things about the Numista listing is that they actually give us a little bit of a deeper dive themselves. And they say, and I'll quote it here, scarce bars from the late 1950s to early 1960s. But they go on to say that the majority may have been melted down by the Indian government. I think that's a really interesting thing too, right? You got to think that in the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, the United States of America wasn't making probably private bullion silver. If they were, it was very, very rare to see something like that. We still had silver in our coinage going up to 1964, but 90% silver, but you didn't see silver dollars, right? The last of those haven't been made in 1935. So to see something that was better than a troy ounce of silver that was circulating among individuals, just private folks, would have been a little bit unusual in the United States. So it's just got so many different interesting layers of obscurity and interest, I think. I'd love to learn more about why Numista suggests that the Indian government may have melted these down. If you have any information about that, by all means, leave that down below as well. And incidentally, these bars made from in sizes from a 5 tola up to, and a 5 tola is 1.875 troy ounces, and up to 25 tolas, and I think I've even seen some that may have been 50 or 100, but it was a long time ago when I saw those. But these are bars of different weights, but they all seem to have a very similar look to them. Interestingly, this company did produce gold pieces as well, and those pieces are exceptionally scarce. You're looking at a 25 tola solid gold bar from the same series. Very, very obscure. No, this is not part of my private collection. So there we go. I just wanted to drop a short video about a really interesting little obscure piece of silver, this 5 tola bar from Manalal Chamanlal in Mumbai, India, or Bombay, India. Just something that you probably don't see very often, probably something that you're not going to see again very much of, but keep your eyes open for these. I will say that if this is something that you want to pursue, you can dig into places like eBay. You can probably find these. I would highly recommend getting one that is slabbed. There are lots of them out there that look like they've been cleaned or taken really poor care of. Lots of dings and scratches and things like that. So if you're going to pursue something like this, I would definitely suggest trying to find a piece that had been graded by NGC. I would stick with the upper grades as well. If you have any questions about this piece, leave a question down below. I'll do my best to try to answer it. Like I said, I'm still kind of digging into this one myself. If you've got suggestions of other videos you'd like to see me make, by all means leave a suggestion down below, and if I make a video based on your suggestion, I'll give you a big shout out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscription button. Go ahead and visit Silverstruck and the Kansas Kids YouTube pages also. Subscribe to their channels. Great content, great guys. And as always be learning. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey as we go deeper into the world of coins and physical precious metals.